What's up everybody, it's TKE and today I am bringing you another rebuilding challenge. So this challenge is the 0-90 overall rebuilding challenge. So essentially what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to fantasy draft a team. Well, I'm going to have it simulate and draft me a team. And then I'm going to have to build that team with players that aren't 90 overalls, like they are 89 or below, absolutely nobody over 90 to start the season. If I get like an 88 and they progress to be a 90 at the end of the season, that doesn't matter. It's just how they start the year. So really what I'm looking for is like those tier 3, tier 2 type of guys where they're not 90s, you know. We can't have the LeBrons, the Kawhis, but we also can't have like the Cats and the Jokic's and the Embiids. We need more of like the Beal, Middleton, those type of guys. So before this video starts, again, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can never miss another single TKE video again. So now I'm going to hop over into 2K. We're going to select our team randomly, and then we're going to see who they draft for us. So I'm here at 2K, and I'm just going to randomly select a team, and I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to stop when it hits 3. So I'm going to stop in 3, 2, 1, and we got the Atlanta Hawks. So I'm going to be the Hawks. We're going to advance to the fantasy draft, and we're going to see what pick we get. I'm hoping for a really low pick so they don't draft me like a superstar player, but they draft me like someone that's like in the 80s range, and then I also get another guy in the high 80s with the second pick. So that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll just simulate the draft entirely, but I want to see where our pick is. So it looks like we're at about the 20 range, so I can get like a Siakam type guy. So I'm just going to simulate the draft. That'll be really good if we can pick up somebody that's not a 90 to start out with, so I don't have to worry about trading them away, because LeBron is surprisingly really hard to trade away in 2K, so I don't really want to end up with someone like that, which we probably did not. So let's exit. Let's see who we got. It'd be nice to get a bunch of young guys too that have a lot of trade value. Maybe they're not good, but their trade value can trade me into somebody that's good, because I don't need young guys to develop. I need players right now that are like 80 to 90 overall. So this is a 1-year rebuilding challenge, if I didn't mention it. So really we need to win this year. So I'm going to go look at our roster, see what we got. So we got Donovan Mitchell, which is good because he's below 90. Then Jaren Jackson Jr., Ibaka, Graham, Anunoby, Hill. So I could theoretically simulate the whole season with this team, but this team's obviously not good enough. So I'm going to make some trades, and we're going to see who we can get. First thing I want to do is just trade finder Jaren Jackson Jr. with this first round pick and see if that can get us someone really good. Like I could get Capella and a first round pick. Like straight up swap the picks. Capella's a better player right now. I could get these two. Like DeMar DeRozan, Luke Kennard. Like these are some good trades. This one's really interesting. So is this Kemba Walker, Yusuf Nurkic one. Malcolm Brogdon, Jonathan Isaac is interesting. These are a bunch of really interesting trades. I like this Bledsoe Jimmy Butler one, but I don't think Jimmy's that good in like 2K simulations. I think I'm going to do the Kemba and Yusuf Nurkic trade. And now I'm just going to look at our game plan. We're going to see the position of need are small forward and power forward. So I have Kevin Porter Jr., who's going to be have a little bit of trade value. So does Devontae Graham. So I'm going to trade those guys. I'm going to try and get like Brandon Ingram or Pascal Siakam to play these two positions. So let's just go look for some guys that we can trade for. Brandon Ingram, what do you want? There's no offers. What do they want for Sabonis? So they'd want Mitchell and Nurkic, Graham and Nurkic. Ibaka and a first round pick for Aldridge and Sabonis is very interesting, because I can take Sabonis and start him and bring LaMarcus off the bench to come out behind our starting center, who's Nurkic, or he can start and Nurkic can come off the bench. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And now, or I can trade one of them and try and get somebody as well. So let's look at the game plan now. So I have my power forward. center, 2 centers. I still have Graham and Anunoby, who both have trade value. So I wonder what they could net me in a trade if I threw both of them, Graham, Anunoby, into a trade. So there's not a lot I'm seeing that could really do much for us. This Bledsoe trade is kind of interesting because he'd be a good backup point guard, but I'm going to just trade finder for Bledsoe himself and see if I can get something else. Yeah, there's not much here, but I'm wondering if I can take LaMarcus and Tristan Thompson out of this trade and just do it straight up. They need 13 mil, so I'll throw them like Bobby Portis. And they agreed to that, so we got our backup point guard now. We still need a small forward, but I can throw Anunoby in a trade for that. And I have Kevin Porter yet too. So I'm gonna try and build a trade for like Brandon Ingram or someone like that. So we aren't able to get a deal done for Brandon Ingram. I tried a couple and it was just a little too hard. So now I'm gonna throw Nurkic with like Anunoby into the trade finder and see if that can get us someone good, or maybe a pick so we can trade up a little bit. I see Clint Capella, who'd be a upgrade at the center, but he wouldn't really help our small forward needs. I see Michael Porter Jr., but I really need like a good small forward. That's like the position we're lacking the most. I see Victor Oladipo. DeJounte Murray. It's weird because I think you can like turn DeJounte Murray into a small forward and he's actually pretty good, but I don't know if I'd want to give up this for him. So I have this trade here. I could trade Nurkic and Bledsoe for Middleton and Vonleh. So they want a couple second round picks, and I also give Malik Monk and Chris Middleton. I'll just stick with the original Middleton and Vonleh trade. I don't want to give up those seconds. So now this is what our rotation's looking like. Our starting lineup's pretty solid, but I need some bench help. So let's go work on attaching some picks to a lot of these bench guys and see if we can get anybody. I'm gonna do this one. So you got those guys to come off the bench for us. And I'm also gonna throw like Kevin Porter Jr. with like Aldridge and see if I can get a little bit better of a backup. Yeah, so there's nothing for that. See if I can throw Sabonis with Kevin Porter Jr. and this first round pick and see if we can get anything. Could get John Collins and a 2020 first round pick, which would be a little bit of an upgrade. Or I could get Montrezl Harrell and Miles Bridges. I think I'm going to do this one here to get this first round pick. And then I'll attach that first round pick with like Aldridge. And see if we can get anybody better there. Like I could get Jamal Murray and Mo Bamba, but then I'm losing DiVincenzo. I could get Capella to play backup center. Malcolm Brogdon, Jonathan Isaac would be interesting. Get a good backup small forward / power forward and a good backup point guard. Hassan Whiteside and swap first round picks. So I'm thinking either between this Hassan Whiteside trade or this Malcolm Brogdon, Jonathan Isaac trade. I think I'm going to do this one. It gives us a 2-for-1, so then we get 2 guys we can use. So this is what the rotation looks like now. We got Kemba, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Middleton, John Collins, Goga Bitadze. Oh, so I just traded away our center. Shoot. I got to get a center now. I wasn't thinking when I did that at all. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this trade to get Clint Capella and this first round pick. I'm going to add that exception. And then now our game plan, our rotation is looking like this. We got Walker, Mitchell, Middleton, Collins, Capella, which is a very good starting lineup. And then Isaac, DiVincenzo, Wood, Bitadze, and Cook coming off the bench. So I like it for the most part, but I have some picks that I'm going to try and throw on to like Badazzi and see if I can get anything better coming off the bench. Like Okafor would be better. Rashawn Holmes would be a good backup off the bench, and so would Satoransky. I'm going to do this, Holmes and Satoransky for Badazzi in that first round pick, and then we're also giving up Quinn Cook at the exception on there. So I could get like this first round pick and Gorgie Dieng, which wouldn't be bad. I could get Jeremy Grant, which would be good. Justice Winslow off the bench would be good. I think I'm going to do this Gorgie Dieng trade, get that first round pick, and then try and flip that first round pick. So the real thing I'm lacking is like a backup point guard actually. I have Jonathan Isaac, who's really not good simulation-wise in 2K. So if I can throw him in that first round pick into the trade finder and get a point guard like Derrick Rose or Dennis Schroeder, Spencer Dinwiddie would be good, and also Marcus Smart coming off the bench. Victor Oladipo would be fine. I think I'm going to do this Dinwiddie, Marcus Smart deal. And then see if I can trade like DiVincenzo and this second round pick for a small forward to come off the bench. Or Karis LeVert wouldn't be bad as well. I'm going to do this Karis LeVert trade. It doesn't really do much except add Bradley in. So this is what the rotation is looking like. We have Kemba, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Middleton, John Collins, Clint Capella, off the bench, Dinwiddie, Holmes, Smart, LeVert, and then Christian Wood. So I could roll with this one, but I had a thought about maybe packaging like LeVert and Marcus Smart and seeing if I can get anything for those two. So it's not looking like anything for those two, so I'm just going to roll with this lineup. How big is Karis LeVert? 6'6", so he can play backup small forward. That's what his secondary position is anyways. So now I'm going to look at our system proficiency, see which one fits us best. So 7 seconds actually fits us really well. Lloyd Pierce is a balanced coach. What's balanced for us? 3.5 stars. It benefits everybody except for like Capella and John Collins, but I think we'll just stick with balanced and we'll see how this team is. I think it's pretty good. Let me make sure the rotation is good. So rotation wise, I think I want to give more minutes to some of my starters, so I'm going to take some away from like Christian Wood can play a few less, LeVert can play a few less, Smart can play that many, and then I'll give a few more to like, I want Middleton playing some more, Kemba playing some more, Mitchell playing some more, and then also Collins playing some more. Alright, so that's what the rotation looks like. We got a 10-man. So now I'm going to get to simulating the season, and I'll see you guys at the end of it. Hopefully this team is doing well and we can make a push in the playoffs. I might stop it if the team's not doing well. I might have to go to the trade deadline and see, or stop before the trade deadline, maybe make some trades. So I'll check the stats if the team's not doing very well. But other than that, maybe I'll catch you guys at the end of the season. So I stopped us here at the trade deadline. We are 39-13, so the team's looking really good. I just wanted to check out some stats and make sure there's nobody that's like doing bad that we might need to trade. But it looks pretty consistent across the board. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. We're pretty set. I think I like this rotation quite a bit. I could maybe take Christian Wood out of the lineup, but with how everybody's playing, I think we're just going to continue simulating to the end of the season. So I'll see you guys there, and we'll check the record, check all the stats, everything like that. Alright, so we're here at the end of the season. We have one game left against the Cavaliers. We've lost like 6 games since the trade deadline, and we've lost our last 3, so I'm not too happy about that. But I'll simulate this last game, and then we'll look at the awards, and we'll get into the stats and see how everybody does. So we ended up with a 63-19 record, which is really good for not having like one like solidified superstar player on our team. Luka wins MVP in Golden State. Zion Rookie of the Year for Dallas. Ricky Rubio Sixth Man of the Year for the Bulls. Kawhi Leonard Defensive Player of the Year for Detroit. And Luka also wins Most Improved. And then Lloyd Pierce, which is our coach, wins Coach of the Year. We didn't have anybody on the first team or the second team or the third team. Nobody on either of the defensive teams, and then no rookies. So we didn't win any awards, but we did end up being the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to go and I'm going to check out our season stats and see how we're doing. We didn't have a single 20-point per game scorer, but a bunch of guys above 16. And yeah, I think we're just a well-rounded team. For the playoffs, I'm going to shorten our rotation to 9 guys. Take away Christian Wood's minutes. And this is what we're looking at now. I think Middleton needs a few more in the starting lineup, so I'll give him a few more minutes. Other than that, I think we're looking pretty good. So now we're in the playoffs. We're going up against Indy. Who do they have on their team? They have Trae Young, Victor Oladipo, Furkan Korkmaz, Kevin Love, and Thomas Bryant. So we definitely should be able to beat this team. But my luck in the playoffs, simulating-wise, is not good. So I'm going to simulate the first game. We're up 1-0. I'll just simulate the round. Hopefully we can move on. Up 2-0. We're up 3-0. 3-1. 3-2, okay. I'm just going to simulate with Simcast now. I can't afford to lose in the first round again, because I always do. But it looks like we're blowing them out. So we're going to move on to the second round. And we are going to play Brooklyn. Brooklyn squad looks like Devontae Graham, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Zach Randolph, and Jonas Valanciunas. So they're actually a much better team than the last team. So I'm going to simulate and just see how it goes. We win the first one. And we're tied 1-1, up 2-1, up 3-1. And we move on to the second round. Now we're playing Milwaukee. And Milwaukee has Jamal Murray, Andre Iguodala, LeBron James, Brandon Clark, and Dwight Howard. So this is going to be a pretty tough matchup. Chris Middleton's going to play defense on LeBron, which is probably our best matchup. So we're just going to go ahead and simulate the first game of this series. And we're down 0-1. I'm going to simcast this whole thing unless we start really blowing them out. But all right, we're down. Need to come back in the fourth, and we're down 0-2 in the series. All right, we'll simulate the next game. And looks like we're gonna go down 2-1 now. And let's see if we can go back and we can tie the series up. We're in Milwaukee, and they start out hot. All right, close game going in the fourth. And we come out and squeeze that one out by 3. What happened? Oh, Donovan Mitchell and 1 dunk for the win at the buzzer. And he made the free throw. Awesome. So now 2-2. Going to game 5. We need this one. And we start out slow, but we come back. Okay, we win that one. That's another close game. So we'll go to the final game, maybe, hopefully. Game 6. And looks like we're going to move on to the NBA Finals. We win that one by 7 as well. So now we're going to the finals. We're going to play the Suns. The Suns roster is looking like Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine, Trevor Ariza, Bielitsa, and Wendell Carter. So the only thing I don't like is Ben Simmons being guarded by Kemba. So if I go and set a game plan for the Suns, and if I have Middleton, guard him, and then we'll put Kemba on like Trevor Ariza in the starting lineup. All right, I think I like that better because, yeah, and then Donovan Mitchell can stay on Zach LaVine. So we'll try that and see how that works for us. And we're up 1-0. Simulate the round. Up 2-1, 3-1. We did it. The Hawks are your NBA champions. Chris Middleton, Finals MVP, averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists per game, which are really bad numbers for a Finals MVP. But I don't care. I'm going to go check our playoff stats quick. See how everybody did. Kemba averaged 20. Dinwiddie averaged 19 off the bench. Collins 19, Mitchell 18, Middleton 16. All right, well, we did it. I was able to successfully finish the 0-90 overall rebuilding challenge. I'm going to check our roster and see if we have any 90s. Nope, we didn't even finish the season with 90s. Everybody's still in their 90, which is awesome. 3 89s, couple 87s. I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was kind of tough not being able to grab any star players, but it made me really think about how people are fitting together and what rotations are going to look like. But if you guys did enjoy the video, again, like it and subscribe to the channel, and then give me any ideas you have in the comment section below, and maybe I'll try and make a video about those soon. Thank you guys for watching. It's been TKE. It's been real. Peace out.